Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back to Girl Chat Sports. No longer on the road. You're back in my usual spot. Mo, how are you? What's new?
Oh, it is so cold outside that I'm surprised I don't have a parka on. I mean, I can't believe in July that it would be a whopping 110 degrees and be
Well,
so cold out.
here's what
Being
I
sarcastic,
was
everybody.
laughing
It's an
at.
inferno.
The meteorologist in the news today was like, "Hey, you guys, we had a great cool down today because apparently yesterday at 212, today 100, or I mean 112 today at 110." I think anything over 102 is the same temperature, pretty much.
Bump that. I'm done at 90. Like I need this weather to really calm all the way down. It's just too freaking hot out here.
Let me
It's
fix
ridiculous.
my light. I feel like I don't have my usual
Yeah,
light
where's
right
your light?
now. I feel
Why
like
are you
I'm
in the dark? Like
as
how is
heck.
in the dark?
I don't know. Is that
There we
better?
go.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a
there we
little
go.
better. Yeah. I think because I changed my timers on my lights, because it's now day, it's lighter now at night. So usually there would be like a light on in the background, which isn't on yet because it's still light outside.
Right.
So technology. I haven't got used to the weather yet. I mean, here's the deal. Whenever we all live in Vegas, you're from Vegas. I've been here forever, but people are always like, "Well, how are you not used to it yet?" Listen, I don't care. Whenever it first hits 100, 110, 112, it always takes you for a shock no matter how long you've been here. And it's just I still can't.
How can somebody even ask that question? You never get used to it. What are you talking about right now? You never get used to it.
You
I
don't.
wonder as a kid how I played outside. Every year we move closer and closer to the sun. There is nothing to get used to. What are we talking about right now?
And what's crazy is when I was home in Seattle, it was like between 70 and 80 tops, right? But the humidity was 60 to 70%. I had never realized it was that humid in Seattle until this past week because I was sweating and it was 75 degrees.
Yeah, the humidity is even worse than the dry heat. I mean, you can't.
I don't even be sweating here.
I sweat here. I'm sweating like Whitney Houston right now.
I mean, I do, but it's like a hot dryer. I don't know. It's
hot.
Crazy.
And if anybody wants to keep coming to the circles of hell and live here and reside here, this is what you're going to get. It's going to get hotter every summer.
We're
going to move closer and closer to the sun. I mean, choose another destination if you can. Choose another destination. I hear Oregon's nice. California is always great, and these Californians are coming over here getting the shock of their lives.
I mean, you might as well go back to California.
Now. They have to invest in ACs now. They didn't know what that was. Now that they move here, they're all on it. I bet you their house sits at 60 because they can't handle the heat.
My mom didn't. Nobody in Seattle has AC, but my mom has It has an AC unit in hers, and she thanks God every. I was thanking God that she had that. Even at 60-some degrees, I was like, it's so hot outside.
It's too hot.
Anyways.
It's ridiculous.
We got a lot to talk about later on. There's a lot of stuff happening in Las Vegas sports news. We've got some sneakers that are dropping. We've got some other in stuff to discuss. Another Doris Locos, maybe. But first, we have a guest for you that I'm really excited to get on. She is a volleyball player for the University of Nebraska. And she's going to talk to us about NILs as well as her sponsorship with H&R Block, which I think is a fabulous program they put on for these ladies. Anyways, please welcome to the show, Lexi Rodriguez. Lexi.
Hi.
Hello, Lexi.
How are you? Are you in Nebraska right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And so give us, I guess, an understanding of who you are. I know that you're at University of Nebraska. I think you're going to be a sophomore this coming year. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And then let us know kind of, have you always been into sports? Were you in volleyball at a young age? Like what got you into sports and kind of, what led you to University of Nebraska?
Okay. Yeah. So kind of a long story, but I started playing volleyball when I was 7. And so I was pretty young. I just kind of grew up around the sport because my sister, I have an older sister who's 4 years older than me. So she played volleyball like when I was little, and I was just always in the gym with her practices and everything like that. And then when I was like 9, she switched clubs. So I'm from like a smaller town in Illinois. It's almost towards like Iowa. It's Sterling, Illinois. And her and my mom decided that they were going to go up to like the suburbs area, like Naperville, Aurora, which is like kind of by Chicago, and take her up to play club there just to get better training and like more college exposure and everything like that. And so she went up there, and then the very next year I was like, Mom, I want to go. Like, can I go there too? And then initially she wanted me to wait just because, I mean, it was like an hour and a half drive to get to practices. And then it was just like a really big commitment. And I was only 9 years old, so she didn't want me to do it at first. But she took me up there when I was really young. And then I pretty much stayed up there my whole entire life. And then it was through a club called Sports Performance that I got I got like looked at by Nebraska, and then they invited me to come to their camp, and I went, and then they offered me a scholarship, and I accepted it. So it's kind of the little story of how I ended up here.
Well, that's great. I mean, I was curious to know if you were from Nebraska or if you'd been there. I went there once, and the winters are pretty harsh, so I'm sure you've experienced that so far. But if you're from Illinois too, you probably have something similar, I guess, a little bit. But
yeah, it's pretty big.
So just in your first year there, you've come up with some major accomplishments. Can you tell our listeners kind of what you've done there in your first year with the University of Nebraska women's volleyball team?
Yeah, so this past season that just ended in the fall, our team made it to the national championship match, which we ended up being runners up. So we didn't win it, but we were right there. And I received the AVCA National Freshman of the Year, along with the I was named a AVCA First Team All-American. Wow. So, and then I was also the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year for our conference.
Wow, very impressive.
So you're coming in there and really making your mark.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, I mean, I'm sure the team is happy to have you. And for you guys to make it to the national championship this year is already great. That means you've got another successful 3 seasons, hopefully, with the team to do something similar and hopefully win. I know that we really wanted to get you on because as you obviously are a little younger than me and Mo, but not by much. And this whole name, image, and likeness, the NIL, is something that we didn't know growing up. We never heard of. It's just now starting these last year or so. And we wanted to speak with you about the NILs because I know that you're working with H&R Block and their campaign they have called A Fair Shot. Can you kind of tell us about the Fair Shot and also what that means for you, for ladies like you?
Yeah, so a Fair Shot program is what they started just to give female women's athletes just a more equality within the sport, because I think throughout the past couple of years, we've, as a country, have seen just that men have received more things throughout sports. And then since NIL started, a lot of the percentages favored men's sports, and they were receiving more deals, more sponsorships, more recognition, and all that. So H&R Block started this campaign to kind of promote us women's athletes and show like the world that we're just as important and we're doing the same accomplishments that men are, and that pretty much we deserve our fair shot too. And so I think it's been really cool to be a part of. I mean, there's some really amazing athletes that are also partnered with H&R Block. So just to kind of see like what they're doing. And then I've been able to come on things like this. And then I've also given a speech to younger girls like who are athletes. So I think it's just opened my eyes a little bit more of the impact that I can have as a woman athlete.
And that's great. So I did some little research on the Fair Shot again. So they've got the last, what I saw as far as the amount of people, they've got 18 collegiate athletes. They're all women. Basketball, gymnastics, track, volleyball, softball. I mean, it's like encompasses almost all sports that women are involved in college. and they're providing $1 million in sponsorships and support for
Wow.
those female athletes. And because women are unfortunately receiving fewer opportunities in NILs than men are, they're also giving them and providing them with tax preparation services. First of all, even without an NIL, I don't even remember doing taxes in college when I was working. So the
Right.
fact that they're even helping them with this, I can only imagine what it's like if you have more than one NIL and how that works and what that, 1099 or tax. I don't know. I still don't do taxes well. Thanks to TurboTax. We should plug them too. But so they're giving these women the opportunity to get money, to get their taxes done, and to show and put spotlight on women in sports that aren't getting those deals, which I think is great. So now, Lexi, when it comes to the NILs, have you been approached by anyone else in regards? Do you have other NIL deals, and how hard has it been for you to access those? I mean, obviously, you're an NCAA champion. You guys went to the NCAA championship. You're a standout freshman athlete, so I'm sure you may have a little bit easier than other ones. But do you have to like go out reaching out for these opportunities, or are people coming to you?
I think it just depends what you're really looking for. And since we were kind of in season when NIL first came out, a lot of us, like especially on our team, were kind of like, oh, like it seems like very intimidating. Like we didn't really know how to approach it. And so we were kind of just letting people approach us and doing like little deals, like whether it's food or just like a little clothing brand or something like that, or like a drink, an energy drink or something. And because we didn't really know necessarily like how this was going to go about, it was also new to everyone. And then this past spring, I feel like is when a bunch of people on our team were actually like, oh, like this is a deal that I think I would actually want to do. And like if it's more long term. And so it's been a little bit of like exploring, and like sometimes you reach out to people, but other times you might get an email of like a company that wants to work with you. And it's all about just like how you, if that's what you want like your image to be, or like I like with the H&R Block partnership, I just thought that was a really good like thing to promote on social media, and just to raise awareness for like equality in women's sports was a really big deal to me. So I think it just depends on the person, but it's all still really new. I mean, it just hit the year mark, or I don't even know if it's been a year yet of like NIL. So I feel like there's still so much to uncover.
So
Wow.
much. Do you feel that I know you're just a freshman, or you just finished your freshman year, but my curiosity is always like, especially in regards to football, so it might not apply for for volleyball, is do you feel that sometimes the bigger NIL deals would bring more of the athletes? Like, I don't know how Nebraska is with their other, whether it be male or female sports, and how many, athletes there have gotten good deals with NILs, but do you feel like it eventually this could change in where people decide to go to school, like if they're going to go to a Nebraska or a Washington or an Alabama or a USC, because there might be more deals leading up for you at those schools?
Yeah, I definitely, for right now, I don't think it's going to play a huge part in like volleyball, just because like, especially since we're women's sport, and just because it's like volleyball. So I feel like right now it wouldn't play a huge role in like if you were choosing a school or not, because there's not very many huge NIL deals that are going out to like volleyball players in general. But I definitely do think, especially with like football and like men's basketball, that those teams that are receiving like significant large amounts of NIL deals are definitely going to see more transfers, more commits, like all of that. So I think it's definitely going to play a huge role into where kids want to go to college now, which can be a good or a bad thing, whichever way you look at it.
And when H&R Block had started this too, right before the 50th anniversary of Title IX, which I know me and Mo have celebrated. I think all women everywhere have celebrated the 50th anniversary. What kind of impact has that made leading up for you to have this kind of opening? And what does Title IX mean for you, especially in sports?
We talk about Title IX a lot here at Nebraska, and just how there's been so many women athletes that have kind of paved the way for us now and have given us the ability to have all the opportunities that we have now. And I mean, here at Nebraska, we have such a large fan base. And so I think it just is a big shout out to everyone who's came before us. But it's really huge, and we're so grateful to have all the opportunities that we've been given. And I think with the H&R Block campaign, they kind of like opened everyone's eyes to like Title IX and just equality in women's sports. So I think it's been really cool.
That's great. Is there anything else that you can think of when you have these discussions with younger girls and you go out to the schools and whatnot? What is it you're telling them, especially in regards to equality for women in sports?
The biggest thing for me is that I feel like when we're little girls, we're growing up, and it's always like, oh, like the best athletes in the world are in the NFL and the NBA. And I just feel like that stigma isn't very appropriate anymore, especially for little girls who have big dreams too. So I think talking to little girls or talking to younger athletes, I just want to encourage them and motivate them to follow their dreams, to really dream big, and just know that they can accomplish anything. And it doesn't matter that you're a girl, like you can still do amazing things and make
Yes.
a mark and make a name for yourself.
Absolutely. I think that's great also because, and we've had one of our guests before was a USA volleyball player, and she's had an extremely long career. And so I know, volleyball, don't play yourself short just because it's not football or men's basketball. You've got a chance. And if you're already doing this kind of great stuff as a freshman in college, I can only imagine I'll be looking out for you in the Olympics soon too. So we hope. There was a question from Miss Bollandy. Hey, Miss Bollandy. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you were saying it. There was a question we had. I wanted to get that out before.
And I don't know if you can answer this or not,
right,
but we would like to know how much of a percentage of the deal that H&R Block has with you guys do the athletes get? Like, is the million cut straight between 18 or so people, or is there like a percentage you get of something, or are you able to talk about it?
I'm not sure. I don't think we're supposed to talk about
disclose.
Like this. Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, I would think it's a good enough, a deal where it's making, it's good for you. It's good for, what you want to do. Putting some away, I'm sure, for savings or whatever.
Did you declare a major, Lexi? Have you declared a major?
I'm an advertisement and public relations major.
Oh, nice. Okay.
There you go.
There you go. So
one other question I had for NILs then. So as you get deals or as you get sponsorships, do you feel like you have to adjust your personal social medias or I don't know. I haven't surfed through your stuff yet, but I know I think some people, as they're coming up from like high school into college, they start deleting pictures or videos because now they're getting exposed. Now there are people watching them. Do you feel a pressure on what you're posting or what you shouldn't be posting? And then also part B for that would be, is there someone in your corner that's kind of helping you along this journey?
I would say just my mom would be someone who's probably always looking out for me and just being like, hey, like maybe don't put that, or hey, did you see like this article? Like make sure you don't do that. But I would say even like growing up, because I committed when I was 14. So my mom was already kind of like eyeing my social media, making sure I was doing the right things and putting myself out there in the right way. So I think it's kind of something I'm used to doing. So it's not too like crazy, but it's definitely something that I feel like everyone's more on watch about now.
So they don't set any boundaries or rules to posting because you have this NIL deal with H&R Block or anything like that?
No, you're just supposed to like stick to H&R Block, like not really post anything about any other companies that would affiliate with like their brand.
Gotcha.
Like how I dropped that other name real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd already lose my NIL deal. Like I'd be done.
You're done. You're done. I kept tight-lipped. I got a tax person, but I'm not saying the name. But yeah.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, so is there anything, I guess, is there someone at school, like through the sports athletic department that kind of like help assist you through this path? I think because oftentimes none of us know what's happening with NIL deals really. And I just don't know if is there somebody within the athletic department that kind of helps athletes and kind of understanding these and moving through it so they're not just kind of left by themselves?
Yeah, they have a few people who like send emails about like reminders and like kind of like checklists, like, oh, if you're doing this, make sure you're doing this. And they hold like meetings or like open meetings, then any athlete can go and just get more information about NIL or ask questions or anything like that. So they provided a lot of information and assistance throughout all of this.
And I don't know if you answered this already, but you may have. But what is the long terms of having that NIL deal? Does it expire where you can go off to another one, or
yeah, usually it's like you have a contract and it's like a year or 6 months or whatever the company decides. But there's just like guidelines you have to follow within those 6 months, and then after that, they decide to like carry on the like contract, or you can be like set free and do other stuff.
But you're able to have like more than one NIL deal, just probably not with the same type of business or company, I'm assuming.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'm like, girl, make all that money. Shoot.
Yeah, right? Did you ever think that you would have to do this? And also during your summers, do you still have to go into a summer job also to try to compensate expenses? Or is this now, not to disclose your pay because you won't disclose what your percentage is, but do you have to work now, or is it something enough where you don't have to do the summer type job when you're away from school?
Yeah, well, I've never like had to work because like if we're in summer school, like we still get paid like through the school, but
must be nice.
It's definitely like I never in a million years would think that I would have like you think of like college students like planning out like, oh, I have $20 left. How do I save it wisely? Yeah. And that's like not what I thought I was gonna be like, but just like going into college, I was like, oh, I got a budget. Like I gotta make sure I'm not spending my money on stupid things. And like now it's just like whoa, like you have some wiggle room now. So it's
right.
Crazy.
That's great. And it's good that you have a good support system. It sounds like your mom's been there. It sounds like you have a good head in your shoulders, because we also have a segment later on called La Doris Locos, because there's a lot of athletes out there, men and women, who don't seem to act accordingly and end up into the news. And we definitely don't want to see you or any other college students in that similar surroundings. Right. But it's always great to know that you got a good support system and you have a good head in your shoulders. We're excited to see what may come from you. And where do you have any, are you working with anybody else that we should look out for? I guess what, any last remarks from you in regards to your upcoming season? Are you excited? Or, I mean, are you guys, did your guys' team remain pretty solid, or were there many seniors that left?
We lost one starting senior, and then we had one transfer out, but we also got in a transfer. So we still have a pretty much similar team, and we're excited. We're pumped.
Awesome. We'll be keeping an eye out for you. For anyone that wants to get more information on you or to follow you, where can they find you on social media? My
Instagram is Lexi Rodriguez, I think. And I'm on Twitter and TikTok also. I just post dances and stuff on TikTok.
But how good are you at that? How good are you at the dancing on the TikToks?
I like to say I'm pretty decent. I'm more just doing it to have fun, but
well, Mo's got TikTok. She'll have to look you up. I still have yet to hit the TikTok button. So well, we'll make sure to add your handles in the bio when we post it on our social media. So make sure you follow at Girl Chat Sports, subscribe to our YouTube. Lexi Rodriguez from University of Nebraska, volleyball player, sponsored by H&R Block and their Fair Shot program. Lexi, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing the amazing season I know you'll have this next year.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Take care, Lexi.
Bye.
Oops. Can you imagine Listen,
I worked at Wet n Wild during my college years.
I had
Shout
a
out to
work
Wet n Wild
study
on the strip.
job. I worked
Out in
at
that heat.
Jillian's. I worked at Long's Drugs. I worked
Working
at
on
a
Silver.
rap. Like,
Shout out to her not having those problems. That's great. It's a great blessing. And it's great
not
that
to
the NIL
mention
came
your
in
whole
clutch.
college is paid for too because
Exactly.
you're
On top of
talented.
that, she's got full rights. So
On top of
that's
that,
a great
you're
blessing.
getting
I mean,
paid.
it's awesome.
Listen,
And it sounds like
I
she's got a
love
great
it.
head on her shoulders. Something she's definitely cherishing the opportunity and not taking advantage of. So
And
big
one
ups
thing
to
she
her.
didn't mention, so this is one thing I wanted to add too, because she didn't mention it. She had 6 weekly Big Ten awards. So we all know the
Wow.
Big Ten. She had 4 as a freshman of the week and
Wow.
2 as defensive player of the week. She's
That's
only
awesome.
a freshman. She committed when she was 14.
Yeah.
God,
That's incredible.
I swear,
Incredible.
if I could redo it all over again, maybe I would actually start,
Man,
listening to my dad or my coaches when I was young. And like, but when I was young, I was like, I'm not going nowhere with sports. So what does it matter? Like,
I
know
didn't
I have
play
to
sports in college. Like that wasn't even an option.
I just can't. Oh, wow. Anyways, hey guys, welcome back. It's Wednesday. Mo and Mel here. There wasn't a lot of the hot topics I have are within the show, so I didn't really put up much on hot topics. Although today I noticed this is, more of an entertainment one. Khloe Kardashian's pregnant with baby number 2 from Tristan,
Right.
but she has a surrogate. She's doing the Kim Kardashian move here. But I'm curious to see when this baby is actually announced because they're trying to play it off as it happened after she found out about his last affair and child. That it happened in November. So that means that child is due like ASAP. But if she puts
maybe
it
that's
off,
what maybe they're putting the news out there
the
quickly
baby for a few months. Maybe
they're putting the news out real quickly because the baby's about to come. And then you have to explain this unexplained child that appears.
I just thought it was hilarious because they kept talking about, oh, True's going to have a sibling. True already has a sibling, if not 2. So,
or 3.
Or 3. Come
or
on
4 or
now.
5.
It's the new Nick Cannon there.
I mean, the thing of it is people are like saying, well, why would she do this? Or she's stupid because you gave better clarification on the fact that this could have been already in the motion before he cheated.
Right.
But even if she did it after he cheated, she may want her siblings to have the same father. She may not want to have.
I mean, her own siblings don't have the same father.
Well, they don't. I mean, listen, I don't know.
Like,
they do have the same father. If they're the dad, they do have the same father.
No, I'm saying her sisters
her
don't even have the same father.
I mean, they don't. But maybe she's trying to break the cycle. I don't know.
I
guess. That could be a thing.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Well,
I don't even know why we're even talking about this.
I don't know.
To be honest with you,
it threw me for a loop. I was just like,
I was shocked too, but I think it's because, to your point, you gave better clarity on it. Is the fact that it might be the baby coming soon, and then she's got to explain for this unexplained baby on her Hulu show. So maybe she had to say, "Cat's out the bag." Not only was I fool letting this man cheat on me,
had to say
we did a surrogacy thing too on top of it.
Yeah.
Who's to say that the woman he's having that baby with is not the surrogate? I'm ready to see it all. Maybe she's a surrogate.
Oh, TMZ Live.
Wouldn't that be a total great game changer twist? I would love that.
Hey,
I'd be for all of that.
Doris Locos. So an update on Henry Ruggs. His attorneys were in court on Tuesday to argue that his blood draw should have been thrown out because there was no legal reason to request a warrant for his blood. How I'm sorry. You're going 130 some miles an hour at 4:00 in the morning. There was no legal reason to request your blood draw, but I digress.
I mean, they're trying everything.
They've already rescheduled his preliminary hearing 4 times now, and it's set for September 7th. So we will hear more.
Is that the only Doris Locos you have?
No, there's another one.
Oh, please. Yes.
But it's not necessarily total Doris. It's just kind of here. So Dwayne Brown used to play for the Seahawks. He's a free agent this year. He was arrested at LAX on Saturday because he had a gun in his luggage. It wasn't loaded, but he did have a gun in his luggage.
Carry on or checked?
I'm guessing his carry-on, because you can check a
Check
gun
it.
in
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm assuming it was his carry-on. He posted a $10,000 bond and was released from custody. He has to go back to LA August 3rd for a hearing. Again, the gun wasn't loaded. His attorney made it sound like it was just a lack of judgment error, like maybe he just had the gun in his carry-on and forgot he was packing some stuff and had to go to the airport. I don't know. I don't really, like I said, we'll see how this one plays out, but I don't think that's going to help him necessarily in the free agency market. So it's just kind of bad timing for him too, because he's looking for a team. So yeah.
You're not talking about the Zach Wilson thing. I cannot believe no one is talking about this Zach Wilson situation. This is the number one Doris Locos of all gossip.
But is it Doris? Is he loco for it though? I mean, if you're a guy, guys would be getting props. Now, if it was his mom sleeping with his teammate, that would be completely different. But because the player is sleeping with his mom's best friend, it doesn't matter. Every man on social media is propping Zach Wilson like he is God's gift.
But what about his old college roommate from the Commanders that's dating the ex-girlfriend? That was the first one. Now it's
well, first of all, she's sloppy too. That's the next best thing you got.
I'm thinking, and now it's the mom's best friend. I'm like, it's crazy.
So Zach Wilson, the quarterback for the Jets, he broke up with his, I guess, high school college girlfriend, and she put him on blast, saying that he cheated on her with his mom's best friend. And then social media went crazy with all his teammates. Even DK Metcalf had chimed into talking about, like, no cap, this and that. I mean, they're all like, hey, Zach Wilson.
But not to mention, let's talk about his friend dating now the new ex-girlfriend that they were BFFs and they're friends with. Now, that's where I'm talking about.
That's sloppy.
You have a bro code situation. You break up with this girl, and now your best friend who you were roommates with when you're playing on the Commanders is dating now. This was supposed to be your boy.
And your girl, is she just doing it in spite? I mean, of all the men in the world, and all the men in the world, you're gonna go back to your ex's roommate,
best friend
in college. Yeah,
that was your homeboy. You knew the whole situation.
She petty. She petty. She mad.
But the best friend knew about, like, really.
But she's the one that's putting it all on blast. Like, you're putting all your business out here.
Well, now she's adding spiteful to that news, but. Zach Wilson's best friend is now dating his ex. Like, where'd that come from? Did he see that coming? Twitter blew up on all of that. And now the latest with the whole mom's best friend. It's crazy. That's the Doris Locos I was looking for. Like, I need to talk about this.
That was good. I actually kind of forgot about that one. But that's yeah. Wow. Yeah, that was it's like a messy triangle. But again, it's one of those things where they're getting men are applauding him for doing it. And then, but if it were, the other way around.
Oh, definitely a double standard.
And definitely. And whatever else. So
definitely. It would be slut shaming.
Just watch your back with Zach Wilson, I guess. Or ex-girlfriends.
Jeez.
Hey, let's talk about these aces. So FYI, they play the Liberty again for the second game tomorrow at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. So if you're in my fantasy league, right? You might want to change your lineup now. 8 a.m. is the game. I thought for a second it was 8 p.m. No, it's 8 a.m. because they're in New York, but that's still an 11 o'clock game. Like a matinee basketball game? I don't know.
Why do they do these games so early? Why can't it be a noon game? But even still, it'd be 9 o'clock here.
And it's on a Thursday. I mean, I know school's out, so maybe they're trying to get a bunch of kids there. Listen.
I just need these girls to step up and play defense. I need them to beat this team. There's 4 teams out there. Yeah. Shout out to Cassandra Cozino, who also notices that the defense is lacking. These girls will have to step up. If we want to see them and we want to have a parade, I'm going to need them to do better. Like, I really need to see them kind of show up against the Liberty. Because that game I went to last with them, when we hosted them, it was not pretty. I mean, Sabrina Ionescu, I mean, my goodness. Can anybody try and defend this woman? Can you not stop her from shooting so much and having a triple-double night and us giving her records for the most points? Like, why are we doing this to this woman? Why are we giving her all these
she's like, hey, I'm healthy now, guys. This is what I've been doing to you all this time.
Right.
You know?
This is what you wanted to see. You're seeing it.
Well, you are getting your one wish is that the Aces weren't going to be in first place because no one wins a championship in first place. So
Right.
they are not in first place. They're
That's
behind
good.
the Sky. So there's still a game back from them. And also Chicago's hosting the Commissioner Cup now because of that loss you went to in New York.
Right.
Or here in Las Vegas against New York. The
Because
Sky
had
won the
lost that
dibs
night.
to
If we had
host the
won, we wouldn't
Commissioner's
be.
Cup.
Yeah, we would be hosting.
Here's what I hope, though, for that Commissioner's Cup. I hope for that Commissioner's Cup that it's not in the same arena or gym that they had the skills and three-point shooting for the All-Star games at. Because just look, there's no sound, but there's a video of Candace Parker. And if you look in the background, tell me what kind of gym facility this looks like. This is where the WNBA All-Star skills and three-point competition took place. They're on bleachers. Those are like the pull-out bleachers.
They were at somebody's community center or like a Tarkanian's.
Listen, I'm sorry.
I don't know. This is crazy.
What was happening at the United Center that, or even, I don't know, is it the Sky even play at the United Center? I think they play somewhere else. But what was happening at that place where you couldn't have the skills competition because the All-Star game was the very next day? It wasn't like you had, to rush prep to get it together. The All-Star game was the next day.
Yeah, I have a list of grievances with this whole situation.
I'm sorry.
Just move to the MVP trophy so we get this over with.
Yeah,
because that's another one.
Like
we haven't aired to so many grievances. I mean, come on. I've seen better trophies on fantasy league teams that people get. And
here's
those are
the deal.
amateurs.
If that trophy is not Tiffany's or gold, silver, gold, I don't know. There's got to be something more to this.
Excuses. 25 years. I understand. It's a new league. All of that. I don't want to hear it. That was
so
very
here's
shameful.
here's a video of Dearica Hamby and TP
knocking the trophy because everybody got something to say.
Hilarious.
Let's do
Everybody did. Here you go.
Yeah,
the prestigious MVP award goes to Kelsey Ball. Look over here, please. Look over here. You can keep it. You don't have to take it back. Kelsey Ball, everybody! Look down. Can you lower the trophy? It's covering your face.
She said, "You can keep it. You don't gotta give it back."
Did Kathy Engelbert say that she thought it was bigger in the picture in her order? Did she really say that?
I don't know.
You're literally holding it like this.
I mean, I hope it weighed like 15 pounds at least, but that thing was probably like 2 ounces. And she's
You're
like
holding
this.
it like, yeah. They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Listen, I know the WNBA is young. I know they're not a big revenue place, but you could have had a plaque or something made even better than that.
You could have had a bigger trophy.
You could have given the money you spent on that trophy and put it in something for her.
I don't want to hear it. That was out of line.
Give me an Amazon card for Prime Day.
That was out of line. 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 And it's very insulting when you do a comparison analysis to a split screen of Steph Curry getting his All-Star MVP award, which really has nothing to do with the WNBA. So I hate when people make those comparisons, especially when the NBA has been around for 75 years, worth billions, not trillions of dollars. It's a different level. But saying that to say this is a women's professional league, you're not going to give me this dinky little trophy thing and call it an accomplishment.
I just have to cut. I got to cut out real quick to show this because
it's like
the NBA Summer League is here. The NBA Summer League is here right now, right? Yeah. Why is it that the winner this year the winners get a ring?
See?
Do you see what I'm saying?
See?
Like the winners, which are usually rookies or not even going to make the squad possibly for the NBA, they're getting this big ass Summer League ring for winning the Summer League.
See?
And yet KP gets a little baby wannabe.
This is just the head of my little decorative seltzer bottle.
I don't know what.
must you feel when you get handed something like that and you're holding it like this?
And people are taking mad pictures of you, and it's going all over. I mean, here's the deal. Kelsey Plum had an amazing game, 30 points, tied the WNBA record for points scored in a game or in an all-star game. So much appreciated. She did awesome.
Aren't there car companies that could have sponsored her and got her a new whip too to go with it or something? I just feel like something else needs to be given with this. Like,
even like a Kia.
That's what I'm saying. Like a Kia, something.
Give her a U Sported. I don't know. I feel like
that's doggone embarrassing.
Like
I'm sorry. Like I said,
I want to know how much that trophy was. Because if that was, let's say, $200-$300, which it shouldn't be, but if it was, give me that Amazon card because it's Prime right now.
It is
it's
Prime
days, and that would go perfect. And I'm sure she wouldn't mind having that extra loot for Prime Day. I don't know.
I don't understand how these other football fantasy leagues of amateurs do these gargantuan trophies that they pass on year after year after year.
Yeah,
I've seen some where people get these huge trophies, enough to put plaques on each name for every year that someone's won, and you have the trophy for a year. I've seen that done up better than what we saw this past weekend.
It was horrible.
I got trophies in my room bigger than hers.
I have trophies from elementary school that are bigger than that.
Honey, I got a ballet. I remember I was getting perfect attendance ballet trophies when I was in ballet, tap, and jazz. I got those. I think they're somewhere, but they're bigger than those.
There's kids out there getting participation trophies that are bigger than that.
I know. That's terrible. They need their butts cut for that.
What's she thinking? Man, it's just.
When I saw it, it's like when you see it, you'd be like, you know what? We're gonna mail you a nice trophy. We don't have it right now. Like I would have lied.
This is the one we got at Walgreens down the street.
We're
just
not
to
gonna
put
give this out to her.
Yeah, no. I hope they make that right. Come on, Kathy.
They gotta make it right.
Someone needs to dig in their own pocket.
She's scrappy as heck, and I love Kelsey. Like, why do that to my girl like that? She's plum sauce.
That was. So beyond the court for the skills competition, then you had the MVP trophy. Sylvia Foles and Sue Bird got their send-off. It's their last All-Star game as they're retiring. Sylvia Foles dunks in the All-Star game. She's in her 14th year in the league, and she's throwing up a dunk. Allie Quigley wins her fourth three-pointing shooting contest and says that she's retiring from the competition. So she's officially done with three-point shooting. And then Sabrina Ionescu and her teammate. I didn't watch the skills competition, but I'm guessing I got paired with high schoolers because her teammate was an NC State commit. And they won the skills competition. So that's pretty cool. They're actually bringing the younger generations in to pull forward. So that's dope. One thing that the WNBA, or I'll say W Slam, is doing good is they are putting these women out and showing them off. So there's the new two new covers for the W Slam magazine that came out with Nafisa Collier and Derica Hamby. Superwoman, Hooper, Mother, Hero, of course. You got Amaya there with Derica living her best life. So, hey.
I like that.
They are. I know. This is great. It really is.
I also like the fact that they were all wearing BG jerseys during the game. Like that was very symbolic and showed some awareness to the situation in Russia with Brittany Griner. So that was dope. And I didn't really catch much of it because I've been in this anniversary sale still going on. So
I feel like the anniversary sale's been going on for like 10 years now.
It has.
I had another email that was like for exclusive early shopping for card members. I'm like, wait, we're still early shopping?
We're still early shopping. By Friday, it's public sale. So hopefully
watch out. So if you guys want to get some Nordstrom's, make sure you hit up Mo for the anniversary sale. Shop with Mo.
For the plug. Thank
Mo
you.
Styles on Instagram.
Yes.
Mo Styles you. Sorry. Yeah.
Thank you. No, you're good. Thank you for the shout out. But so I've been kind of checked out of the sports world. I have been kind of missing things. Today was my first catch-up day of all things sports.
I hear you. I actually slept through the entire All-Star game. Saturday was my best friend's wedding in Seattle, which is why I went home.
Okay.
Needless to say, there was probably 6 or 8 of us from college that were there. We haven't we've all been together at the same time, probably for 10 to 15 to even probably since college time. So it was a long night, and I had to take my girlfriend to the airport at like 9 a.m. Shout out to Paula. I came home and was just like, I'm going to sleep. My mom said, Melissa, the All-Star game's on. I was like,
Yeah, right.
done. I was done. But I heard it was great. I watched some replays. I watched the highlights that the Aces posted. I watched highlights the WNBA posted. It was great. Of course, Team Asia Wilson won. And
we were looking at the lineup. I couldn't pick. I was like, oh,
it was tough one.
It was a tough one.
And they actually implemented a 4-point ball, which I know only scored a few times out of the entire game. But
nice.
That's kind of cool that they incorporated something new.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, your guy B Sal here talking the anniversary, Sal. You better get in there, B.
Yeah, you better come through. Friday, I'm there. Saturday, I'm there. Possibly Sunday.
Yes.
Come on through.
Yeah. So other Las Vegas news. Shout out to Brian. I was watching the sports report earlier at 5 because one of the breaking Las Vegas noteworthy sports teams is that another misfit from the Golden Knights has been traded away. So Max Pacioretty traded to the Carolina, and they're making cap space. I mean, apparently, thanks to Brian Salmon on News 3 Sports, they were already $2 million over cap, and now they're about 7.5 under. They got rid of him and another player. Yeah, I know. It's like there's not going to be any more left from this original misfit team.
No.
So, yeah. But they did re-sign Riley Smith to a 3-year deal. He got $15 million.
Okay.
And that's good. Let's see what else is happening. I know. It's sad to see. I mean,
it is.
You get attached to them because they brought the team here. It's it's a little tough. You mentioned this when you brought this to my attention. So one of our former guests, and of course Las Vegas, not resident Las Vegas. He's raised here. CJ Watson.
Born and raised. Yeah.
So him as well as this, the city of Las Vegas Ward 5 Councilman Cedric Creer, they are hosting a free event.
Yes.
For grades 4 through 8 at the Doolittle Community Center, starting tomorrow through the 16th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Here's what's important: it's a basketball camp and a parent workshop.
Yeah, I like that.
I would love to be a fly on the wall to know what's happening in that parent workshop.
Me too.
I feel like there's a lot of things that probably need to be addressed for these these youth athletes' parents. We already know there's a lot of stuff that happens at youth events and basketball games and football games, and the parents going up crazy. But hopefully, it's helpful and it's able to help those parents, guide the parents through this process as the kids are getting older and playing sports. So again, that's
a 3-day event that they can do that.
Exactly.
2 day event.
9 a.m. to 1. Yeah. You do have to pre-register. And I believe the link is on there. It's on Facebook. Questions, Kathy at quietstormfoundation.org, and there's a phone number there. So we'll put that up there later. I think you actually posted it too on our Instagram.
Yeah, I did.
So go to Instagram and check it out.
Yes.
And then another one too was, where is that picture at? All my pictures are out of order right now. Shoot, do I not have it on here? Oh, here it is. We know the VGK moms.
Right.
We love the VGK ladies. And they actually have a special fundraiser. You could actually probably screenshot or scan this Venmo QR code right now. They're having a fundraiser for the funeral costs for Angel here. I'm not sure the circumstances of Angel's passing, but the raffle to include 2 tickets to the Battle for Vegas, which is happening this weekend. It's the 18th or 19th?
19th, I believe.
This coming week.
It's coming this weekend. Yeah.
At the Las Vegas ballpark, which is a great event. It's all got a lot of VGK, a lot of Raiders, a lot of local Las Vegas athletes. You'll also get a framed picture of Ryan Reeves, a Starbucks cup, and VGK and Raiders car fresheners, and more. So scan the code. You can also go to VGK Moms or VGK Ladies, I believe, on Facebook or Instagram to get more information. But definitely support them as well. And the Aviators are back.
Yes.
Today was Bark in the Park. We missed that, of course. Tilly needs a little more training before she can get back there. Tilly has quite a doozy trip.
Yeah, you got to tell me about that.
She did great on the road, in the car, in the van, perfect. Mom's dog Nala, who wants to just love and play forever.
She wasn't having it.
They were okay, they were kind of good, but it was just one snow. There was a little snippet here and there every other day. It was a lot. It was a lot. So, $2 beer night is tomorrow on Thursday.
Nice.
So mark your calendars. Also, Friday for the Aviators, a free trucker hat for the fans in attendance.
Oh, okay.
And Saturday is the Aviators jersey giveaway. So make sure you check them out. I think I'm going to probably go on Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure.
Nice.
Depends on Summer League, because I've missed Summer League completely.
Right.
So
I've been wanting to
go to Summer League. I know the championship, I think, is on Sunday.
Yeah.
There's also a one-on-one. It's called the Ones. I forgot who it's from, a former basketball player. The Ones, it's happening at the Dollar Loan Center on Friday and Saturday. It's like a one-on-one contest, and the winner take like a $250,000 prize.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So if anybody's interested in that, but that was sent out earlier as well. So, the Tracy McGrady here. As I'm talking about it, Brian talked about it. He said, Tracy McGrady in studio today. He has the OBL one-on-one. So it's Tracy McGrady's one-on-one tourney that's happening here at the Dollar Loan Center.
Nice.
I like how he made the Dollar Loan Center sound all classy. It's in Henderson.
Right. Yeah, Henderson, of course.
Thanks, V. We appreciate you. Shout out to Andre Wade for no reason, just because he's in the comment section begging for attention. We'll talk to him again.
Book out. 7 Ways
his
to
book
Disappear.
that we did talk about it when he was on the show. It is officially on Amazon. So you can go on Amazon, you can purchase it. Right. 7 Ways to Disappear. I have a copy on the way.
I have a copy on the way too. My copy still hasn't shown up yet. What up with that?
I know. I mean, apparently Andre is mailing them from his house. Andre is mailing them from his house, and that's why I probably won't get them until the end of the month.
Is that how that works?
I thought with Amazon it's Prime. I thought Prime I get it in 2 days, and Maya says I don't get it till like the 23rd. And I ordered it like 4 days ago when he sent the 5 different messages to everybody. But anyway, I digress.
I got to order 4 more, Andre. I got to order 4 more. Give it to my family.
He said it's a backlogged, lots of interest.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And this was not a paid sponsorship either. However, he's yet to pay us to sponsor or to talk about his book.
Maybe I'm doing a whole bunch of PR stuff for this man, and I'm waiting to send my invoice. I'm just
send that invoice.
Every little thing I do and itemizing how much it's going to cost, and then I will present him with the bill.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. So yeah, Summer League's here in Las Vegas, Thomas and Mack. I haven't gone. I had a couple girlfriends that went there and had a good time. So Major League Baseball, I just wanted to say this. You know what? Mariners have been on the outs. Well, they've won 10 straight games, including 2 from a doubleheader today. We are back way above 500.
Good.
And we are now in the wild card running.
Okay.
So I just am saying. And I feel like because Julio Rodriguez is 44 and that was my birthday this year, he also was selected for the All-Star game, one of the youngest player for this season, and one of 6 that the Mariners have had as a rookie, and also one of only 3, being Ken Griffey and Alex Rodriguez, who have been selected from the Mariners at the age of 21 or younger.
Okay. Go
Julio. And he is going to be in the Home Run Derby along with 8 other guys. So I'm excited to watch the All-Star game for baseball in your Dodger Stadium. It depending on if these concession workers strike or not, I guess we'll see.
Right, because that's what they're talking about. That's what they're talking.
We shall see. But I mean, you guys, I only say this a little bit because, I don't have much to brag on a lot with the Mariners, unlike your Dodgers, who continuously do so well.
Oh, yeah. We got Freddie Freeman and a whole gang of companies. We're number 1 in the NL West. We do in our little division. We do what we can do. I mean,
but do you want to stay number 1 in your division?
I mean, we can. We're not number 1 in the whole entire division, but the West we are. So I'll take it. 56 wins. We just do what we can do. We're pacing ourselves. I think this is a better look for us.
Right.
The Freddie effect has definitely been a huge factor. And then our pitching bullpen has gotten a lot better. And not to mention, Mookie Betts is out there shining like a stud that he is. So I'm loving to see it.
There you go.
They're playing the Cardinals right now, so it's a little tough one. We're at the bottom of the 8th. I think it's like 5-6 right now. So I just need to get to a
Yikes.
game so I can because last year I went and it was back in
Yeah.
August. So I need to go again in August after this sale.
Well, you better check
So
that. Yeah. When's the sale? When's the sale over? Just so
Sale
people
is
know
over
they
at
need
the
to shop by.
31st. So July 31st is when the last day of the sale. By August 1st, prices go back up to regular price because it is new fall
Okay.
merchandise.
Gotcha.
New gift sets for fragrances, beauty, all that kind of stuff. They've got a dope beauty mirror that's amazing. And honestly,
Really?
it's a sensor kind of motion detector one. So as you walk by it, it illuminates. Then it's 5
Wow.
times mag, and it's never on sale.
I don't know
So
if
if
I
you were
want
to
to
get that, you
see.
have to
I
get
don't
it.
know if I want to see myself 5 times.
You know what? I'm a
but
poor looker, so I always like to look at my pores and be. So I'm all about it. But that's just one of those strange women behaviors, that we do.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And obviously COVID's still rampant. It's still out there.
Yes.
It's still going on. In Seattle, there was actually places that said they strongly encourage you to wear a mask. That if you aren't, that they were asking and requesting you to, because Seattle is kind of like that. But
Right.
what I hadn't realized that there's still people out there unvaccinated, which I know there is, but in the sports world, because obviously people that are unvaccinated can't go to Canada. So the Kansas City Royals are playing the Toronto Blue Jays this weekend, who just canned their coach as well.
Right.
And 10 of their players aren't going on the trip because they're unvaccinated. 10.
Well,
I don't know. That's just crazy. It's just crazy.
I mean, the fact that you got to sacrifice an L on your principles, which I get, that's what you're going to do, but it's one game. I mean, you never know. They might be able to pull it off.
It could be a whole stand. It could be like 3 games, 4 games. I don't know. I didn't look at the schedule.
When it comes to that, they don't want infection rates to go up.
I
get it.
It's wild. All right, so I want to get into some sneakers because there are some sneakers coming. There actually were some that I missed that were actually today.
I missed the Lisa Leslie's.
Oh, the teal dunks came out today too, and I missed those.
I missed those too. 7:13, they were sold out by the time I checked in.
Oh,
and I woke up at 7. I woke up at 6:59. I meant to go back in. When I looked up, it was 7:13, sold out. But that's okay.
Dang it.
Because the Jackie Robinsons are coming for me on Monday.
There was some re-releases though. There was some re-releases like those midnight 6s, I think they were. There was those red 9s. There was the sneakers app had a re-release, a restock.
And shout out to everybody that went to SneakerCon this past Sunday.
I'm so mad I wasn't here.
I heard they were giving a lot of pandas away, so we're gonna see Panda Ammonium with the pandas. Thank God.
I wore mine. Okay, so first up, the Converse has this collab.
Oh, the Rick Owens, they're fly.
Yes. So
you got those.
You got the high tops. You got the lows.
I like the silver lows.
Special limited edition 70.
Right.
Yeah, the metallic. I don't like this toe thing that they've been doing these Converse.
I like the long toe and the square toe box.
Silvers
I love the long tongue. That metallic.
But guess what? I mean, for me, I got a small foot, but let's say you have a huge foot. Your foot is automatically like 4 inches longer.
That's okay because it's Rick Owens, and Rick Owens' stuff is always obscured and. He makes his stuff look very oblong. Yeah. That's Rick Owens.
But those silver ones,
it goes with the style.
The silver ones are hot.
I ain't gonna knock it. Those are fly.
Let's see. I believe so. We've got the Air Jordan 1 KOs.
Oh, I don't mind
these.
These
come out on the 17th. These are all right. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't mind them.
Are they calling it a KO because it looks like a boxing shoe?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Kind of does look like a boxing one.
Right? I know, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
We've got the women's Air Jordan 1 Varsity Reds come out on the 19th.
Those are fly.
I mean, if you're a UNLV person, and it has like the little, if you look at the swoosh, has that, the swoosh has like that material, like almost
the
like
varsity kind of carpety.
Yeah, the varsity, of course, varsity red. Duh.
I like that.
We've also got the Dunk Low Jackie Robinson.
Yes, that's the ones I'm trying to get so badly.
Yes, these come out on the 19th as well.
Wear those with my Dodger stuff.
There you go. And then you've got Virgil and Louis Vuitton and the Air Force One collection. So there's even one more that I couldn't even fit on here. So I think there's 9 total.
And the price point starting at what, 1,700?
You wish.
I think that's
the
what it
lows.
was. I think it was.
No, the lows are $2,750, and that's $2,750, and then the mids are $3,450.
Yeah. Okay.
Crazy. I mean, I guess. Hey, if you, I don't know. But for all those Beyonce fans in the Beehive, her Ivy Park and Adidas collection are coming out. These all are set to release on July 22nd. The far upper left is the Adidas Superstar. To the right of that is the Superstar Mule. Below on the left is the Ultra Boost 22. Then you've got the Stan Smith Dipped, which I kind of like those ones. And then you got the Savage Trail. All these are the Beyonce
Shout out
Ivy
to the
Park
Bayhive. I'm a
Adidas
loyal
collection.
member of the Bayhive. She can do no wrong in
Yes.
my book, and I love all of these except the mules. I don't think I'm into the mule
I'm not
style of that
I
sneaker.
don't understand the mule
Stan
sneaker,
Smith
but
dips,
hey, I
I
guess.
do. Nordstrom
Yeah.
carries that, so hopefully
The
we'll
Ultra
get
Boosts
that.
are nice too.
Yeah, I think she did something like that. I've seen an Ultra Boost like that, so I'm not really excited so
Okay.
much about that. More so about the dipped ones and then the
Yeah,
All-Star.
the dipped are nice. I like those. You said
Yes.
Nordstrom sells those?
We have a partnership with Ivy Park and Adidas, and hopefully we'll get that release. I don't know. I'll have to keep my eyes
Okay.
on and wish list that thing. But they're
I
cute, and the
know.
price point is not too bad either. So
Alicia said those slides. Yeah, I just
I mean, the
I'm
mules
not
are
sure.
I'm not into that. I mean, I would if it was Balenciaga. I'm not gonna do it for Adidas.
I just
not for her.
I don't think I could do it at all. But anyway, those are your sneaker drops. And then finally, I know we've discussed it before and we've mentioned, I know you made a big post about last week, so thank you. But girl power, you got to give it to you. Sandra Douglas Morgan, born and raised here in Las Vegas.
Yep. El Dorado grad, UNR grad, University of Nevada Law School, first graduating class graduated with that class with my cousin. She's a beast.
Amazing.
Game and control board chairperson.
I hadn't realized how much, what kind of experience she had until obviously I read into, the serving as a chairwoman, executive director of the Nevada
at the
Gaming
worst
Board.
time of a pandemic, trying to open up casinos, walking around with the governor, viewing all of that.
And do you see how young and beautiful this woman is too, among 44. Being smart and completely, she
44.
Black and Korean, I believe too. So she's the first Black woman to serve as an NFL organization's president.
Yeah.
She's only the third woman ever, and only the third Black person ever to become president of an NFL team, but the first Black woman.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Mark Davis. Shout out to the Raiders organization.
Yeah. I mean, that's quite a coup. And it's so funny because she is the most down-to-earth person and represents how Vegas natives are. We're very chill. We're very humbling. We're very not into the flair or the glam and the flair of everything. She's very, very sweet. And she shops with me at Nordstrom. Not to put her business out there, but yeah. We've known Sandra for years. She went to school with my younger brother, Marcus. Shout out to them. They were in the BSO together. She's an AKA. Shout out to the Pink and Green lady. She's right there in the class with all the other phenomenal women, including my mother and some of my good friends and cousins and all of that. So her resume is just impeccable. And I watched that press conference with her. And I think her role with this being the president will be more of the financial side. She's very business savvy. So I think that's where her role will mostly be, with talking about financials and stuff. And she started with that and prefacing how much money this Raiders team has brought to the city thus so far, just having the stadium and everything. So
just in her experience putting all that into it. I mean, she definitely has the resume.
I mean, come on. And you can't say that the Las Vegas back in the day, the educational school system does work when you have parents that are actively involved and you are taking yourself as a student seriously. This is the product of someone born and raised here who went to one of the older schools, Old Vegas, on a side of town that was prevalent of fights, prevalent of some crazy stuff going on at L Dog. It wasn't one of those nice schools. So look at what the success of that can be.
And look at how she came out.
Yeah, and her sister too. Her sister's no slouch either.
I love
her sister was married to Congressman Horsford. He's a beast within himself. She's a beast, being a professor.
Oh, I know that was
UNLV.
her sister.
Yeah, that's her sister. Yeah, so shout out to those girls. The Douglas girls have always been on their stuff. So,
and then now to be
Major
repping the home team too, that's even more amazing. To keep it
especially when her husband played NFL for a couple of teams, and now she says she has to rep Raiders. She can't even go into that allegiance anymore. She has to do. Shout out to Don Morgan. She has to represent Raiders. It's black and silver. That's what you do. That is totally what you do.
Listen,
Yeah, shout out to her.
if they're paying me, I'll wear some colors too. So,
Well, hey, listen, you're Raiderette now. Like at this point, you become the president, you're
Right.
Raider Nation all day. But I love
Listen.
that the Raiders are one of those few organizations that have been about inclusion and diversity. We've always stood for that.
Absolutely.
We've always the outlaws because of it, for other reasons as well. But this is something that I'm glad Mark is able to keep the legacy of his dad alive by doing those types of decisions and making the right choice, you know. And again, her being Black, yeah, that's great. And we love the history of it all, but her experience is also valid for this position. And don't look at it as this was a
For sure.
kind of diversity inclusion move. No, she has the experience to back it up. This is her experience first before anything. So, and we just love that she happens to be, you know, one of us. So,
yes.
Yeah.
That's
Vegas
great.
natives. Don't knock us
love
Vegas natives,
it.
honey. Y'all just visitors. You don't know how us real born and raised roll. We dope.
Right.
We dope out.
I believe it. I know some of y'all, so I'm happy with it. Yes. Love it all.
Yeah.
Love it. Love
And
it.
shout out to all the guys, Gary Payton, GP2, JaVale McGee, all those that stopped in the Nordstrom during the summer league so far this week.
Hey.
We love seeing you in the store. You guys are very nice to us, and you know, very cool sightings. And yeah.
Are they shopping?
They were kind of looking at Gary Payton bought some stuff. Well, he shops with us anyway, so that's always a thing. But to see his son come in there, and then to see JaVale McGee be as tall as he is and as friendly as he is, it was cool.
Good.
Yeah, nice sightings. So come down for sightings and come down for sale. I'm just plugging it one more time.
Do it all again, you know. Get on down and see Mo. If not, hit her up in the slide in the DMs for some anniversary,
right? Exactly.
Stuff. That's the only DMs Mo wants to get hit with. Is
right. I'm so about the business right now. Yeah.
Hey guys, we are now over an hour. We had a great show. Big thank you again to Lexi Rodriguez from the University of Nebraska volleyball team. We look forward to seeing all of her accomplishments in the future. We are excited to hear about the NIL deals and obviously from H&R Block and their program they have with A Fair Shot. We really appreciate what they're doing for women and women in sports and collegiate women in sports. So thanks to everybody. Hey, if you haven't yet, join our Facebook group at Girlchatsports. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Listen, I rode the whole road trip back and forth to Seattle with my Girl Chat. I have like a little window decal. So people kept saying, is that your car? And I'm like, no. They're like, well, why do you have a sticker on it? I'm like, it's not a sticker. It's just a window decal. I'm repping the entire way. All of Idaho, Utah, Washington, they are aware. So make sure you stay tuned to us and check us out. We appreciate everyone. And that's it. We'll be back next week. All right.
Yeah.
See y'all later. Bye.
Bye. Be out.